Hi everybody, welcome to Kerbal Space Program. I freaking love this game. Not too great at it. Only recently was I able to get something into orbit, and I've had this game almost since it was released. So a hell of a long time. Took me a while to figure things out, but this should be fun. After the posting my last video, I found that my sound bar could make my audio very loud, so turn that down a little bit. Should help a little bit. I'm not entirely sure how much though, so I'll find out when I post this one. Let's start a game. Let's start a new save in a default careers setting. Yep. Hold on, let's pick a flag. What screams gear tech? This one looks more like a gear. And yes, I am naming this space agency yet again after something gear related, because yeah, that's me. You can see the rest of my screen because of how I had to set up the recording software. I'll try and figure out a way around this later on. But for this episode, you're gonna have to deal with seeing my Steam backdrop. Yeah, I got this. Okay. When you start, like all game, so Kerbal Space Program, and if you're watching this, you've probably either are playing the game yourself or have watched a video before. It's a fairly big thing. You want to collect 2 contracts, which are the same every time, and then the next contract you'd probably want to take is a testing contract and escape the atmosphere, which if you do this right, should be relatively easy to do. All rockets are the same, so let's just move along swiftly. Now I got this. 1, 2, 3. There, we have our first garbage pod. Yeah, because this thing is a trash can full of explosives, basically. That's even in the description. Where is it? Right here, look. Yeah, a trash bin full of boom. Nice. Then let's strap on some science. 1 for the pad, 1 in the air. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I didn't manage staging. Yes, you have to manage staging. If you don't do that, well, you start having weird issues on launch. I probably will not be doing any reverts on this. Probably, unless it's like it's a do or die scenario where I've launched a mission with all my funds, and if I don't revert, we go bankrupt and I have to start the entire series over again. But I can even not revert on that type of scenario if you want. Let me know. Okay, so what I did over here was I put this in its own staging, because if I had fired the rocket while the parachute was in there, what would have happened is the parachute would have deployed, the rocket would have fired, and then the parachute would flip this upside down, pushing it straight into the ground, killing Jebediah Kerman right here. We don't want that. Not at all. So, before we go, start your SAS, collect a little bit of science from the pad, keep that experiment, crew report, keep experiment, EVA, take data, ward, Let's re-engage SAS control and fire. Yay, we're going into space. Not quite though, because, well, we have to reach 70,000 meters. This will probably reach around 50,000-ish. No, it's going much farther. No, sorry, got this mixed up. I'm not very good with these dials sometimes. No, 10,000 meters is more like it. Ah, a little farther than I thought. Oh well, let's deploy our chute. I don't want to go too high. Let's observe mystery goo. Yep. And we've got ourselves science. Let's just speed up time, that way we don't have to sit here forever, even though we will because of descent and all that. This game is very time consuming. So, I'm not entirely sure how long this recording is going to go, honestly. Might be a long session because I get very involved in this game. Boom. Yay. Now we just recover and we get money on science. Science to unlock more rockets so we can build bigger and get more science, and that's basically the game. It's fun. You can also upgrade things in order to make your life easier. You have to upgrade these two in particular because this limits how big you can build your rocket and whatnot. So a lot of money will go into these two more than the spaceplane hangar because I can't build planes to save my life. Let's go into research. Always pick up the first two techs. Now we have a little bit more to use, but nothing that we can. Oh, and here we go. I have a few more science experiments to run. Leave the facility, go back here, and as you can see, we have a whole lot more contracts. Yeah. So we need to test a decoupler and a solid fuel booster at the launch site. Well, I'm just going to accept these because these are extraordinarily easy to do. It wants us to test that in orbit, but we haven't even escaped the atmosphere yet. I'll never do the focus observation surveys because that involves you using a plane. I can't build one, so this one will end up getting just because we use the parachute in a lot of things. So I'm going to leave that. I'm going to go over here. And the reason I'm doing that is because you can get science from every single building. They technically count as a bio. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to strap two of these on here, two of these, two of these. Now, so it wants us to test the TD12 decoupler. Landed, so let's go to our coupling. Attach that. And let's launch this capsule with a bunch of scientific stuff attached to it. It's more efficient for us to launch this stuff into the air to gather science, but this is a very cost-effective way of getting science. Let's see. There, we've completed our contract, and now let's just observe our mystery goo. Log our pressure. Log our temperature, and we seem to be slowly sliding for some reason. Yeah, there's a few weird things here and there. Let's get a crew report. collect, EVA, get an EVA report, board, and let's recover vessel. And now we have more money and a whole lot more science so we can build a bigger rocket, which is always nice. Let's see. Now that we've done that, the next tech node we can get is 18 science. But what I really want to aim for is this one, because this will allow us to get into orbit if you're efficient about it. Which I'm not, so it'll probably take us a few tries. We have our science equipment there. I'm gonna leave facility there. Let's go to our vehicle assembly. Just give me that one. Load. Give me my science. These are actually light enough that you don't have to worry about it shifting your center of mass too much, which is nice. Huh. Did I not save and continue? I might have not grabbed that one contract. Weird. Okay, this one should be easy to accomplish. Let's accept that one to pay for this rocket. You always want to try and pay for the rocket itself and then a little, but if you can't pay for the entire rocket, just taking on a few contracts you'll probably accomplish with that launch will help offset the cost a little bit. And before we go, let me just fix my staging. Let's launch. So, this should be fun. Oh, I just realized now my webcam's probably in the way of this here, which sort of shows our roll, yaw, pitch, and our different views. So there's docking mode, which helps you, dock. This allows you to toggle your map. And there's a maneuver mode that, well, I've never actually used it. I don't know what it does. Yeah, I'm not the most experienced. Well, I've played this game for a while. It's just not good, like I said earlier. Launch. Launch the rocket. Come on. Get me to altitude. Speed should... There! I got myself to speed. I've accomplished my contract. Okay. My pressure data. Keep experiment. Log temperature. Yeah. Oh! Drogue shoot. Shoot. Oh. Well, we know this vehicle can test that. I'll have to figure something else out. I can probably launch this again to complete that contract. It's fine. We got a bit more science out of this, so it's not a huge waste, but a wasted launch. Another thing to keep in mind, the closer to the KSC, your space center, the more money you can actually recover from your vehicle. So trying to deorbit nearby when we do get into orbit is probably a good thing to do. Now let's recover our vessel and ready to prep this for launch again. Because I'm a dum-dum. Yay! I get my rocket parts. This here will be instrumental for us to get into orbit and to the moon. This fuel tank here is very important for that process too. We can get into orbit using this one, but we'll need this in order to limit our weight and parts count in order to get to the moon. With the current VAB and landing pad, which we can do. Now, orbiting the moon is a different story. I can get there. Maybe. If I shoot straight up with the correct transition point, it should be fine. But anyway, moving on. Let's go here. I should probably save up for more science stuff. But, I don't really need that yet. Let's go for researching rocketry. Get myself a little closer to that point. Let's leave this facility. Go here. I can pull this off at the same time as the other one. So I'm going to accept that one. I don't actually need these. Let's see. Probably after this one, I'll have to call it. I should probably set up a timer for myself. That way I know how long these videos are going. Let's launch this vehicle. Now, you can accept as many contracts as you want at one point, but doing so makes it hard to actually manage them. So, I have this. Let's see if I can get my speed, these two all line up at the same time. It'll be one hell of a test of patience and will to pull this off, I think. Speed has to come to the correct level for both of them. So I need to wait for my rocket to come back down and for it to be at a certain speed. Okay, I have the speed requirements for both of them. Now I just need it to come back down a little bit. Let's speed up time just a tad. Are we going to leave the atmosphere? No, we're not. Okay. I was about to say that would be hella impressive. I'm on. Give me my... shoot. Well, we can do one of them. Oh, I probably could have done this one if I had just staged it separately. And then I could have spammed the key. Future note for future playthroughs. So this will probably be the last mission of this video. We didn't do all that much, but it is necessary steps towards a brighter future for Kerbal kind. So, as we touch down, I have to say goodbye. I have been Gearlord 5000, and I will see you next time. Oh, and this series will be continued to fruition, at least until we get to the Mun, because Mun are bust. So that's that. If you want to see more past that point, though, you'll have to let me know. So this has been Gearlord 5000, signing off right as soon as I recover this. Oh god, I'm addicted. Okay, I'll recover this vessel so we can see what we did, and then I'll sign off. Jeez. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Ring the bell, that way you know when I've uploaded stuff. Don't if you don't want to. Oh well. Well, we got some more stuff, and that's that. See you guys next time. Adios.